BD11 dongle. Go to brake pad replacement, 10 credits, and then we're going to open the calipers. So let's go ahead and open. And there we go. Next up, use your magic hook and take out the bolt covers. Then remove your wheel bolts and then take your wheel off. Remove caliper retaining clip. So next up, to get access to the pads, we're going to need to take off the caliper, and this is held on with two 7mm hex bolts, and they are in this protective rubber thing where there's a little cap you can pull off, and then you'll be able to get access to the head of the 7mm bolt. So now the caliper's off after removing the two 7mm hex bolts, and I've just rested it on the trailing arm, and now we've got direct access to both the pads. Make a note of which one's got the spring on. We can just slide the pads out like that, and this is the outer one. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the caliper carrier, which is held on by two Torx bolts on the back, M14 Torx. So there's the upper M14 Torx. So the lower one runs through the knuckle. The lower one is here, through the knuckle, and then we can just take this off. That, you'll first need to remove this screw here, which is a T30. Time to get the big hammer out. There we go. Clean up the hub a bit. All this corrosion's not going to help the disc seat properly. What size are these rear discs? 300mm diameter, and they are solid. There's two different rear disc diameters for the GTE Passat B8, and the options are 310mm or 300, so this is definitely 300mm. The 310 is vented, the 300 is solid, and this is solid, so that's good. Onto the front, same thing, jack it up, use your magic hook to pull out the bolt covers, undo your wheel bolts, take your wheel off. Okay, so here's the fronts, kind of same but kind of not. So for the caliper, we've got a 13mm bolt, top and bottom, and then for the caliper carrier, it's a 21mm hex. Same thing for the disc, it's a T30 Torque screw holding it on, and then this one's probably going to need a bit of hammering to get it off as well if it's corroded. 13mm bolts are out, so you should be able to take this caliper off now. And then I'm going to need to suspend it somewhere. I'm going to use this bit of garden wire. Make sure there's no tension on that brake pipe. And then it will just sit back there. So now we've got access to the pads. So this is the outer one and the inner one. It doesn't look too shabby. Also got some spring tension clips that look a bit deformed. And no brake pad wear. Cable on this side. So one thing that might be useful when trying to undo these 21mm caliper carrier bolts is to turn your wheels so that it makes the caliper point out, and then that basically means you're going to be able to get your bar in there without hitting the wheel arch, which is often the pain.
And these are done up quite tight, so you're going to need all the leverage you can get. Obviously I'm just using a short bar because I know these are going to come undone because they haven't been.
This disc is not falling off at the sight of seeing me. I think it's going to require some persuasion, and this is after I've taken out the T30 Torque screw, holding it in. Just give it a tap. There we go. God, that's a heavy one. So let's measure this up and give it an inspection. I can already see some really nasty dings in the surface. What is the diameter of this bad boy? 312 millimeters, 312mm diameter, yeah, or 340, which this isn't. 340, that's massive. This is 312, 22mm thickness. I've got, that's minimum, but I've got 24.8 with some wear, so that's okay. Vented, yeah, so it's the 312mm version.
Been a long time coming, but I'm doing okay now.